Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so let's talk about interviews for real estate, okay? Because yesterday I had my first interview. I look tired, I am, okay? I had my first interview for a real estate brokerage to decide like what I want to do. It was with Century 21. And it was great. Everything was awesome with the interview. Like he was very informational about everything, right? And so even though this is like my first time, my first interview, I have been dibbling and dabbling in real estate off and on in different categories. So for instance, before I started my classes with Aceable Agent, it was like in 2024, y'all. This is 2026. It was self-paced. It took a long time. But because I'm a mother, I'm a spouse, I'm an educator, so it took a while. It was just a lot going on as well. I was also wholesaling like years and years ago. So I kind of like know a little bit of certain things on the other side, but it was great. However, they tell you that you want to interview with at least 3 brokerages, if plus more, however you want to. So my number is 3. So I had an interview yesterday with Century 21, have an interview today with Keller Williams, which is probably my top pick. Because I really want to say this because a lot of agents, even people in my family that are agents, which is just like a few of them, they told me to start out with this particular brokerage, and then once you like learn everything that you feel like you learned from them and you have sucked in all the knowledge, then once you pretty much got all the training out of them, then if you want to, you switch over to another brokerage, right? And so I have an interview with them today in about 45 minutes. So it's literally 5 minutes from my house or 10 minutes from my house, so I don't have to rush to get there. So it's not a big deal. And then I have another interview tomorrow. This one is not in person. This was over the phone with, I think it's called Momentum Realty. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember. Well, that's the name, but I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Okay. And so we shall see. Okay. My biggest thing right now with becoming a realtor is that, or real estate agent, is that I want to be able to like start now. Okay. It is June 16th or 17th or June 16th. I don't know today yet. And I'm just trying to start the process. Like I'm like literally excited. I've already have like so much stuff that I want to do, that I know what to do, because I've been literally studying the craft of real estate. Don't mind the back. This is real living. Okay. Real living. I have my kids' vitamins, schoolwork, all that stuff. But anyways, I've already been like looking at all the things that you're supposed to do when it comes to being a realtor. Not all the things, but I think I have like a good 35% knowledge. It's not up there as much as it should be currently, because I'm still new, right? But I feel like I don't know enough, but I feel like, okay, I have scratched the surface a little bit, right? So I go in today for my second interview, so I'm kind of excited. I'm so tired, y'all. Like literally, these braids been in my hair since almost 2 months. Okay, this is like it's crazy. Okay, but I'm so excited. Like I look very tired. I did get some sleep today. 1 second, y'all. So anyways, toddler problems. So, but I'm ready. Okay, so also too, everybody will know, like I said before, when it came to like studying for my exam, we're talking about this. If you are trying to become a realtor in the state of Texas, and it doesn't have to be in the state of Texas, because when you take the real estate exam, you take 2 parts. You take the national exam and you take your state exam. So I created, 3, well, one is coming soon, but I created 3 resources that will help you for the national or for the exam period. So for the state of Texas, I have studying material for the state. When I tell you that stuff is to the T, okay, that I created so that when you're studying, you're not lost and confused. It comes with so much materials. It's crazy. It is 226 pages. Okay. 226 pages of studying materials. All right. It was already been, listen, before I launched it already, I gave out, I want to say 100 and something downloads for free for other realtors. They gave me great feedback on it. I'm waiting on some other feedback, but it is great. Okay. It's low cost. It's not that expensive. Nothing on my site is nothing on the site is no more than like $12 to $13 separately. Like that's just how it is, right? But right now the cheapest item on my website is $3.99, and it literally gives you everything that you need. Okay. I go over how to do the math for the national exam. It kind of breaks it down. I go over, vocabulary that you need to know for the national exam, and I give you everything you need for the state exam. I'm currently coming soon is my national exam study guide, because everything's a study guides. This if you're trying to become a real estate agent. Now here's the thing, these are extra resources. This isn't like you just order everything and then you can go and take the test. No, but you still have to get into a program, right? If you're like in a self-paced program. So for me, I went through Aceable Agent and I also used Prep Agent, and I just felt like the materials on there was not how I needed it to be, if that makes any kind of sense. Like, it wasn't like straight direct. My materials are direct, where you're like, okay, boom, okay. The test is vocabulary heavy, and the problem with a lot of people when they take their assessment, they don't know what vocabulary to take, right? Or what vocabulary to assess, right? So I give you as much vocabulary as I possibly can, already there, right? The way the programs are set up, like I said, they don't always give you everything that you need. So you do have to use other resources. I am that resource, right? But I would say Aceable Agent or Prep Agent, depending on what state you're in. So for like the state of Texas, Prep Agent is good, right? That you can utilize to help you get that done, okay? But I don't know. So we're just going to go on this journey with me. I don't know how this is going to look for August. When I did my interview the other day with Century 21, he pretty much told me like, hey, being a dual career agent is not a bad thing, right? Like, you can still do your career and be an agent. You just have to utilize your time well. And that's what we're going to be doing this school year. I do have to go to work on the 25th of June, which is in about 9 days, because I have to go to a training, and I'll be there all day. So I just have to make sure I get that taken care of. And then after that, I'm hoping that I sign with the brokerage. My goal is to sign with the brokerage by tomorrow. It may even be today, depending on how I'm feeling. I may still do the interview with the other brokerage. I don't know. I'm still deciding like what I want to do. I'm going to interview with them, but I am going to, like, I'm really just like, I want to be with the brokerage by the end of the week. Okay. Because I want to get the training going, and I want to use all the time that I have for my summers off, right, to be able to utilize that time to get my training done, if that makes any kind of sense. I don't want to waste any time that I have right now and not do any training, because there's a lot of training. So like when I went to Century 21, he told me that there would be approximately 10 trainings that I would have to do. And one of them I would have to travel for. It was like an hour away to travel to go to the training, which I felt like it was at another facility for them, or another location or office for them. The rest of them will be either in office or online, right? So he gave me a lot of knowledge. He even printed off questions for me to utilize to take with me on the other interviews. But honestly, if the person who's interviewing you like know their job well, they're going to hit all the bases most of the time. There's only a few questions I had to ask him, which was like, what were the fees? Because when you're a real estate agent, you have to pay monthly fees. Now, right now, he told me that the fees were between $99 and $150, but I don't know if that included everything. Okay, so because a lot of realtors I talk to or listen to, they say they pay like max $250 a month, but I think it depends on like what you decide to put in your little plan or whatever. But I don't know. Now here's the thing. I am married to a senior chief who is over all the recruiters in certain areas in the state of Texas, Oklahoma, and I can't remember where else it was. He's a recruiter, which means he's good at prospecting, number one. He's also good at getting people to persuade people to get into the military, right? And so being around him and listen to conversations that he had with other people, and listen to him when he was in his recruiting phase, because he's no longer recruit. He teaches people how to recruit and do everything they're supposed to do. I know when I am being recruited and I know when I'm being persuaded with all these little glitz and glams and extra incentives that people do. Not saying that's what he did, but I can sense it, right? So how can I put this? What's the word I'm looking for? Like, I'm not rebuttals. And I used to do small sales when I was in my younger years. But So I know when I'm being recruited, and I know how to rebuttal when people are, certain things. So I think I'll be okay when it comes to certain things. I'm just ready to like sell some homes, okay? Like not necessarily like meet families, because I meet families, well, not really as much, but the kids, right, in education, right? I'm so immune to it. Like I love it, right? I meet a new batch of kids every year. I remember my first batch of kids I taught in the district I'm in right now. I see them all the time because there's a corner store that we all go to, and I run into all my old children. And so I just love to see it. I have one kid, he's going to the NFL, and his brother, I taught his brother this year, and he used to hate it because I used to be like, oh, your brother's gonna, he was like, stop glazing him, whatever. But never hear that. I know who this kid is, and I know I'm gonna see him in the NFL real soon in the next however long, 5 to 6 years, however long it takes to get drafted, he's going, okay? And I can't wait to see his name come across that screen, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm used to making connections, and I also am a really great teacher at teaching particular components to kids, right? And to people in general. So I feel like me bringing that in as an educator and educating families on what they need to do, or what they need to be able to do to get the home and all that stuff, I think I'll be able to do so. I'm just excited and ready to get that done. What time is it? So it's 12:10. I'll be my interview by 1. So I'm going to leave my house probably in the next 30 minutes. I have to go get ready to go. But I'm excited, y'all. I want y'all to come on this journey with me. Subscribe to my channel. I always forget to tell people to subscribe. So if you don't know, my shorts on my page is all sports, pretty much related to my babies, my oldest, to be exact. My youngest, I put him on there as well. Why not? But right now, because we're in the recruiting phase, which he graduates next year, so he's kind of like a little behind. He did get his first offer not too long ago, but we're trying to get more offers, right? So he can play sports in college and just have a good time. Either which way though, due to his father has spent pretty much his entire life in the military, he'll be able to go to school regardless, but we really want him to go for what he wants to do. So we're working on that. So pray for us, okay? We need as many scholarships as we can, or many offers as we can. Right now, I just don't understand what they're doing when it comes to recruiting, because he's fast. Like he runs a 10.3 right now, a 4.2, 4.3, 40, and it's hard getting recruited in the state of Texas, baby, because everybody in Texas is fast. Okay, so but anyways, I'm just excited. Okay, so I look very tired, y'all. I need to get my hair done. I need to get my nails done. We're on a budget. We spent so much money in June. In June is not over with, or in May and June, and we're on a budget. A tight budget. So, but that's neither here or there. I'm gonna go on my interview in a few seconds, in a little bit, y'all. I'm excited. I'm gonna come back. We'll make another video about how that went, and then I'm also gonna make, in that same video, I'm gonna tell you what brokerage I applied for. I'm gonna give you all the details of what you have to do, but all the information about my website, if you do want to, besides to become a real estate agent anywhere, drop in the comments where you are and stuff like that. I will put all the links and stuff that you need in the description box, or the description box, so you will know. But I love you guys. Talk to you later. Toodles.